You see that at the beginning of this week, for the first time ever, for the first time ever, for the first time ever, my gorgeous Virgo, at the beginning of this week, you are gonna have a mind-blowing opportunity to deal with an issue, to deal with a problem, to deal with a situation that was just driving you absolutely crazy for such a long time. My gorgeous Virgolinis, this is rather important because this specific situation that was just making you really, really unhappy for way too long. This particular situation that was making you so unhappy for way too long, my gorgeous Virgolini, you are going to be able to deal with it, to deal with at the beginning of this specific week. You are finally going to have like so much under control, especially when it comes to so many different aspects of your life. Things are moving on, things are getting sorted, things are kind of getting ready for you. And you are getting ready to enter the whole new stage and the whole new level of your spiritual journey. So you have been through so much, okay? You have been through a lot, my gorgeous Virgolini, indeed. So it was very difficult to reflect kind of on every single aspect of your lives. You have to like kind of plod along, and you have to like kind of go forward with your life, of course, which is the right thing to do. You were like kind of like paying attention a lot to over the last couple of years to things that needs to be done in terms of your own success, in terms of that particular balance. But then at the same time, you just have lost yourself just a little bit within your own world. Maybe you were just giving too much attention to so many other aspects of your life. But my gorgeous Virgolini, you just a little bit, just a tiny little bit, you forgot about yourself. So this is about you taking care of yourself. This is about you taking care of your soul. This is about you taking care of your spirit. Now it's absolutely time, my gorgeous Virgolini. This is needed. You need to make this change. You need to make this move. You need to make this adjustment. I will explain to you exactly what this is. My gorgeous Virgolini, this is a reading in between the 7th and the 13th of November 2022. As I said, you will know what this is because this is a lot to do with your life, but it's a lot to do with your personal life. It's a lot to do with your feelings. It's a lot to do with your emotions. You were aware of this aspect of your life making you feel so negative, so unhappy, and it was also affecting you from being you. It was also affecting you from being adventurous. It was affecting you from exploring, from investigating. It was affecting you because it was affecting your ability to actually come out of yourself when you need to come out of yourself in order to understand the different kind of perspectives in your life when you need to do so. So it's a lot to do with a very much so, my gorgeous Virgolini, a rather negative and unhealthy, a really bad attachment in your life. I'm talking about something very toxic indeed, and this in itself, it's like really toxic because it's preventing you from being you. It's preventing you from enjoying your life. It's preventing you from living fully. It's preventing you from having the greatest success in your life that you could possibly have. And very often you will feel very down, you will feel very negative because this toxic situation, this negativity and very unhealthy attachment affected you. And it's been going on for such a long time. And sometimes when we find ourselves within the different vibration and different energy, and we just go on, for such a long time, we don't even notice that this has been affecting us to this particular point. So how is everything going to start at the beginning of this week? You are really going to become aware of this specific person who is just becoming like a very much so a scrutiny in your life. This specific person that is like not a good person, this specific person that is an energy draining person, this specific person who is not really even being completely honest with you, but is the part of your picture, it is the part of your life, and it all became like a one big situation connected to that person that you really need to understand, that you need to move on from. You need to remove yourself from this, and this can also be like, it's to do with a specific person, but it can also be like a specific like kind of person in your life, and also a specific person within your environment, specific person who you see on daily basis, the specific person who has affected your life to such a point where you are almost like, I'm not saying that it's impossible for you to be unhappy, but you've just kind of got used to this type of life for so long now. And there is a very interesting message that you are going to have, my gorgeous Virgolini, at the beginning of this week, and that interesting message is going to make you aware of something very interesting about that specific person. And you also, or what is going to be on your mind, it's almost going to be like, oh my god, a bit of a devilish person here, a dishonest person here, someone very dark when it comes to their energy, someone very negative when it comes to their energy, someone who has a very, very powerful energy, but it's also powerful in like a bad way, in a wrong way, if you know what I mean, So this is something that was just like kind of reflecting on you for such a long time. So you need to understand that you have to remove yourself from this person, because as soon as that happens, you are, on one hand, it's almost like, do you know what? It's almost like connected to the process of justice. This is your own justice. You deserve this. You need to do this. So it's like connected to the justice quite a lot, which is on one hand bringing a very powerful balance into your life, but at around the same time, when you decide to move on, then you will realize that there is a very, very interesting, like a wise advice that you are going to have at around that time. And the wise advice that you are going to have, it's really going to surprise you, because it's going to come from someone who is in your life like a greatest person ever, someone really amazing in your life. It's going to give you an advice along those lines, like, oh, I knew this all along, I knew all this time, but I just didn't know how to tell you. But there is going to tell you something else, that specific person, some kind of advice as well at the same time, which is going to be remarkable when it comes to like what you're going to be dealing as well after that moment in time, what you're going to be dealing with. You're going to kind of be able to expect to that particular person because of the actual advice that they're going to tell you. So as soon as you become aware of what this is, my gorgeous Virgolini, you will see, as soon as you like kind of cut this out of your life, as soon as you move on, it's like, oh my god, you're almost going to be in that mode like, oh, am I doing the right thing? I'm not too sure. Oh my god, I'm scared. Oh no, oh no, oh no. You're going to be like that because because you went for so long like living your life in this particular way, affected by this person, or it could even be a group of people around that person, and this energy can be just multiplying and just making everything so much difficult for us, you see. But a couple of days after that moment in time, Bam, ba-dam, ba-da-ba-ba-ba-bam, dun, 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 raise your vibration, baby. Couple of days after that moment in time, you're gonna see some kind of like, it's again, I know I said it so many times, but there is going to be some kind of specific bird. Specific bird. There is some kind of bird that you're going to see, and this bird, it's gonna again, it's an omen, it's a sign. Okay, so even if you don't see that bird, and even if you don't see the sign, it's still going to happen. Why am I going to say that it's going to happen? But if you do see the bird, you are really going to need to understand that this is your omen, this is your sign. So when you see the bird a couple of days after that moment in time, something is again going to be different about this bird. Maybe the bird is going to fly in a different way, in a weird way. Maybe the bird's color is going to be like very unusual. Maybe the bird is going to be really tiny. Maybe the bird is going to be really big. Maybe the bird is going to turn around and just look at you. Hello, darling. You know what I mean? Maybe the bird, you're just going to like look at the bird flying, and something is going to be so unusual about that bird. Well, let me tell you, as soon as you see the bird, this is your good omen. This is a very positive omen, because on one hand, it means that you need to reflect immediately, think what was on your mind at that moment in time. You need to release some kind of blockage, because subconsciously you're still kind of torturing yourself with something that you need to release. You need to release. So I can assure you, as soon as you become aware of that bird, you just need to reflect immediately, like, oh my god, what am I blocking myself with? Release it. Release that thing immediately, okay? Because it's completely unnecessary. And what else is going to be when you become aware of this bird, my gorgeous Virgolini, this is also going to be your big mama when it comes to the actual sign that you are about to find out of a very, after that moment in time, it is not going to be long. You are going to have a very important message and very important news, and that news and message is going to make you aware of a very, very amazing, bright prospect, important, amazing bright prospects slowly but surely coming into your life. These bright prospects are going to be mind-blowing, because as the time goes by, more and more it's going to come out of it. But even more importantly, it's going to give you hope. It's going to give you immediately an inspiration. You're going to tap into the energy, you know, that you didn't tap into an absolute years, you know, for the last few years. So this is going to be impossible to ignore, purely due to this amount of optimism that you're actually going to feel. So you will become aware of these bright prospects, my gorgeous Virgolini. But so this is what you need to know. After that moment in time, after you see this bird, this is going to be a sign. Oh my God, very shortly after that, there is going to be news, message, information that you are going to have, and you are going to become aware of this absolutely mind-blowing, life-changing, bright prospects. And you will know immediately, it's going to bring you hope and inspiration, and you will know that this is something that you need to do. But let me tell you that this is pretty much so connected to your soul purpose. You know what I mean? So this is gonna feel different, you know. It's connected to your destiny, and it's connected to your soul purpose as well. So at that moment in time, you're gonna need to understand that, you know, you are really gonna feel like, you know what, oh my God, like so much is going on, so many ideas. You're gonna realize so much after that moment in time, but you're also gonna be able to connect at that moment in time, that person and that negative situation and that absolutely mind-blowing, like a negative, unhealthy attachment in your life. It's going to be highlighted to you. It's going to make you, you're going to be aware of the fact, well aware, oh my God, if I didn't do that, I would never be aware of these bright prospects coming into my life. You did not feel this vibration for a long time. So you are naturally, a lot is going to be on your mind. So you're going to feel like you want to kind of chill out a little bit. It is very advisable. I would advise you so much to take a break, like a day or two out. Take care of yourself. Do something nice for yourself. Buy something for yourself. Do like a treat yourself a little bit. But then again, above all, you know what am I going to recommend? Try to like somehow spend a little time in nature. Try to spend a little time by rejuvenating yourself within the nature. Maybe touch the ground, you know, like ground yourself, center yourself, like a cleanse yourself in that particular way. This is speeds up the process of healing, but it also like kind of increases our vibration at a time when we need to stay strong, at a time when we need to be sharp. Because I will tell you, you are really going to benefit from maybe just like a day in the forest, or maybe meditating a little bit, maybe just taking a day off. Just do something for a day or two. And try not to kind of like try to do something where you're enjoying yourself, but also along the lines where you can visit the nature, you can meditate a little bit, or do absolutely nothing and just sleep all day. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes we need just that when it comes to this rejuvenation, and that in itself, it's going to make you aware when you take this break. You're also going to become aware of like or while you are taking this break, something is going to come to you. So it's all about this level of spirituality. What you're going to realize is what you've already done. You've already laid a very powerful foundation, and you're going to be reminded how powerful you are, how strong you are, how unique you are, how different you are, how clever you are. Above all, my gorgeous Virgolini, you're not extremely intelligent, like just as intelligent people as you are, but you're extremely intelligent when it comes to your spirituality, like extremely powerful signs. Indeed, this is all what you are going to be reminded. And also at the same time, you know, it's like basically something is going to come to the surface, you know, the importance of you at this time of your life to actually follow the certain rules. You know, you must not rush with absolutely anything. Take one step at a time. But you're also going to realize that what you are doing right now, it's like really going to make you to establish yourself. You're about to establish yourself like never before, my gorgeous Virgolini, indeed. by the time you get to the mid part of this week, it's like a basically, what I really like here, because at around the midweek, you are really kind of gonna, my God, you're gonna have so much energy, and you're not gonna be able to explain where this energy is actually coming from. And I know that you're gonna find yourself like you're gonna be kind of working on something that you wanted to work on in an absolute ages, in a really long time. And this is to do with like maybe your immediate environment. It's to do with your home, but also at the same time you will be creating this really powerful energy because you are really going to enjoy yourself. So on one hand, at around the midweek, you will find yourself working on an aspect, on something that you wanted to work on for such a long time, but it's to do with your immediate environment, and your energy is going to be really kind of amazing. You're going to feel extremely passionate, but you are going to feel re-energized in every possible way indeed. So at around the midweek, this is like something, when you kind of like realize what you're doing, like you will like kind of like, I don't know, it's just something that you wanted to do in such a long time. Something like, I don't know, maybe that picture, I wanted to change this picture for such a long time and move it to that wall and put another picture over there. Do like things like that, okay? And then something is going to come to you. Very, very interesting and intuitive message is going to come to you. A very intuitive, psychic message. And I say very intuitive, psychic message because when we are like benefiting from such a powerful vibration, we also are creating something rather unique, and that reflects on us in basically that reflects on us in such a way where we kind of have certain realizations about our lives on a much deeper level, but we also kind of are able to understand at that moment in time. So it's a very interesting psychic message that it's going to come to you, but the psychic message is pretty much so about you kind of getting a different perspective. And the different perspective that you are going to get, it's just going to make you aware that now it's time to pause a little bit, just to delay things a little bit and wait a little bit. And that in itself is going to give you time to make you aware of what exactly a voluntary sacrifice do you need to make, but then at the same time, what exactly do you need to let go of, and what exactly do you need to kind of accept in such a way when it comes to you feeling like powerless about a certain aspects of your life so far. And also, my gorgeous Virgolini, when it comes to the midweek, I just like it so much. This is brilliant and absolutely mind-blowing message about your own accomplishment, and I like this so much because it's to do with an aspect of your life that you worked on for an absolute ages, and it was okay, it was fine, it's something that you worked on in terms of like a business or success, or you were trying to achieve something that means to you so much. So things were okay, things were going forward, but it wasn't just such a great deal of like, oh my God, success, amazing, remarkable, blah, blah, blah. So now this message is really going to surprise you in the best possible way. And it's to do with your success. It's to do with your achievement. You're going to feel absolutely so good about yourself, but you're going to feel extremely optimistic. You're going to feel extremely honored, for everything that you've done. And you're going to feel proud of yourself, but people who knows you are going to be proud of you as well. So at around the midweek, you are going to become aware of an amazing aspect of your life where you are really going to be thinking about this amazing achievement, a success, and that is going to highlight and show you exactly what do you need to work on so much, what do you need to take on the next level at this stage in your life. It's going to point you exactly through your own success, through your own accomplishment. So it's not only about you feeling amazing about your own success, but the direction that you're going to be pointed towards. And also, my gorgeous Virgolini, that direction, it's really going to also like kind of be brilliant for your success, for your finances, but also at the same time it is going to this is going to be kind of connected to you reconnecting with the people in your life again, with the people that you've lost connection with. But it's also going to make you aware of the fact that there are some very, very interesting people are about to start coming into your life here as well. These people are going to stay in your life for a long time, and they are going to be playing a really, really important role indeed. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Virgolini, it's just basically, you are you know, I like this so much because there is still a lot going to be on your mind at around the end of the week. And there was a one specific journey that you wanted to make for such a long time. And that specific journey that you wanted to make for such a long time, you felt so powerless around because you just didn't feel the time is right to make this specific journey, to start this specific journey. You know, and this in itself it will require from you to go somewhere to the specific destination. But you will keep on putting this behind, you will keep on putting this behind. So this is something that you're gonna need to this is something that, you know, you are gonna kind of like what you're gonna realize at the end of the week, that this is something that you need to make. So the specific journey, you know, the certain destination you're gonna need to go to, because it's gonna be keep on popping up until you actually make this journey. Because once you go to that specific destination, there is an amazing mind-blowing spiritual experience that you are going to have. So this is something that you need to do. And that spiritual experience that you are going to have, it's also going to give you like the idea what to do with a certain problem, but at the same time it's going to really inspire you. It's going to bring the whole new element into your life in terms of inspiration. You're going to feel connected to the certain aspect of your life for the first time ever, and that in itself is going to make you aware of how much you've actually changed. And this is always brilliant because you're about to acknowledge that, and that's the best way to kind of like go to the next level when it comes to our spiritual journey, indeed. And also, my gorgeous Virgolini, when it comes to the last part of this week, you know, you need to understand that basically you are really kind of going to be thinking a lot about what exactly is making you feel so restricted, you know. This is what you're going to be thinking like about a certain restriction in your life that basically literally took off, but at the same time there is a whole new balance coming in. So as soon as you think about a certain restriction in your life that was just, oh my god, that was making you worried at this stage, you know, you also need to understand that the worst is actually over. That restriction, it's coming to an end. That restriction, it's coming to an end because the whole new balance is coming in. But it's not going to come to an end unless you realize that you are going to need to like really kind of accept something like not happening, and something is not going to happen, something is not going to work out for you. But this in itself is pretty much so to do with your future, and you also realizing that, you know, you've changed a little bit. So it's like how you want your future to be, but a certain aspect is going to change. It is not going to kind of like everything is not going to be around it anymore. Certain aspect change, certain aspect is not like so like kind of interesting to you anymore because you grew spiritually, and this is always a good sign. But this is going to come in a form of as if you're going to become aware of at the end of the week like certain aspect like it's not gonna happen when it comes to your dream, okay? But it's just only a little aspect, and first of all it's gonna be like, oh no, but you're gonna realize almost immediately as soon as you accept this, like this is not happening, you know. As soon as you accept this, the better it's actually going to be, because you will see that a couple of days after that moment in time you are gonna have such an inspiration when you become aware of this very interesting opportunity. But in order for you to take this interesting opportunity a couple of days after that moment in time, you have to be brave, you have to be strong, you have to put your foot down, and you have to be direct as possible, as direct as you possibly can be, okay? Don't worry what you're gonna say, and even don't worry how people are gonna feel with what you're gonna say, but you're just gonna need to be as direct as possible when it comes to you making a really brave move. And this is to do with that opportunity that you're going to become aware of, opportunity which is going to really kind of inspire you. It's about an inspiration, it's about the potential that you're going to become aware of. So it's potential, inspiration, but also it's going to really reflect on delays, so many delays. It's going to reflect on delays, it's going to speed things up for you, but it's also going to really kind of it's going to make you aware of exactly why did you have a lack of motivation for a while now. You see, it's all going to kind of start becoming obvious here. You're going to find yourself connecting like so many many dots at this moment in time, but you will also know that you're going to be so depressed and so miserable and so sad if you don't go for that opportunity, inspiration and potential. But in order for you to go for it, you need to be direct, you need to be brave, you need to be strong, you need to make the necessary move. And this in itself, it's really going to give you even more courage. What you're doing right now, it's superb in terms of your personal life, it's superb in terms of the new direction, it's superb in terms of you doing the best possible thing, because you're going to feel ambition, and you're going to be driven by this ambition. And this is the right thing to do when it comes to your own success, not only when it comes to your personal life, but also when it comes to your ultimate happiness, when it comes to your finances. This is absolutely brilliant. And you are going to become well aware of the certain advice that you've been told within the last 6 or 7 months. Someone gave you an advice, a very powerful male person, very strong, amazing, powerful male person gave you a certain advice, or you heard that person saying to somebody else that particular advice. You were part of that spiritual journey. Even if you hear it, if you can make the sense of it, you were meant to hear it. But at that moment in time, it did not make sense to you whatsoever. So that advice, it's going to kind of keep on being on your mind from this powerful person. That advice you're going to remember. When it comes to you having so much clarity at this stage and understanding for what you're doing right now, it's the best possible thing that you could do in your life ever. Okay, my gorgeous Virgolini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.